Welcome back to Josh and Kristie Stealing the Internet. I'm Kristie.
And I'm Josh. We've got some more great Reddit stories for you today, so let's dive in.
Am I the asshole for wearing a 70s bump to my friend's wedding?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so it's a hairstyle that was popular in the 70s where you had a big poof on top of your head, kind of.
So it's like Bump It, but like bigger?
It's like Bump It, but bigger and from the 70s. But Bump It was trying to emulate that a little bit.
Oh, okay. I mean, I could see that being a cute hairstyle, so not the asshole, is my guess.
So, I went to my friend's wedding, not in the wedding party, but a guest. I was never informed on what her dress looked like or any hair ideas. I typically wear my hairs in a 60s, 70s do whenever I go out or dress nice. It's just a thing I've always enjoyed doing. My friends know this about me and often send me TikToks of inspiration since I love doing funky things with my hair and makeup, including this bride. Anyways, I showed up in my usual do, bump in my hair, and a dark green dress to fit in with her fall colors. Bridesmaid dresses are like a mustard yellow, by the way, so no way do I fit in. I was so excited because I noticed that the bridesmaids also had bumps in their hair. Not the same, my hair was down and theirs was pinned up. The bride, though, had her hair down with a bump. I am absolutely ecstatic. My friends in the bridal party are also so excited, and they mentioned that the bride told everyone to look at my Insta for inspiration and Pinterest pictures to give the hairstylist. Slay.
So, you're telling me that she copied you, and then she's mad that you turned up looking like yourself? It sounds like it, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Because that's how I'm guessing this is going. You look like the bridal party, and you look like the bride especially.
Anyway, the bride was not happy. I mean, happy to my face, but decided to text me 3 weeks after her wedding to tell me I'm an awful friend for having the same hairstyle as her, and that she was worried that people thought I was trying to fit in. What?
Heaven forbid that you fit in at a wedding.
But she's not part of the bridal party. Stop trying to look like I made you a bridesmaid because you're not a bridesmaid.
This is great. I love this.
Also a note, the bride and her bridesmaid are all my friends, but I was not a bridesmaid because she decided she wanted childhood friends, 4 of them, with her, and we met in college. I never said anything and honestly didn't really care about all that. Well, apparently the bride got the bridesmaids to say I'm the bad guy and that I caused her so much stress. I told them that I was genuinely confused why she was stressed if she used my pictures as inspiration and yet expected me to not do my hair the way I like to do it, especially since no one told me. Anyway, am I the asshole here?
You're clearly not the asshole. They copied you. And, I don't think the bride is an asshole for not making you a bridesmaid. I fully get not wanting to have more than 4 bridesmaids.
Yeah.
If you're a good friend, I could see still inviting you along on, the bachelorette party and stuff, but, it's getting big up there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do that. They, have a smaller number of bridesmaids, but then do invite a lot of people to, the bachelorette party.
Yeah, right?
But they just want to keep the bridal party a manageable size.
The photos are getting out of control. It's okay to do childhood friends. But, no, I don't know what bride expected you to do if this is your normal look. You were obviously going to match or exceed the quality of your Instagram posts when you go to a wedding.
Yeah, you always try to look your best at a wedding.
Yeah, and you try to look your best in an Instagram post. You probably try a little harder for a wedding. Because you're probably gonna take some pictures of yourself for your Instagram before you go. Does the bump? Is there something under the bump?
Now, the bump it, yes, that was a little band thing that went over your head and then you swooped your hair back over it and it held your hair up. But I think in the 60s, they didn't. They just, poofed it up by itself and then hairsprayed the bejeebies out of it so it would just stay up.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. I'm I know the Bump It is a band. Is the 60s bump like a dome?
Yeah, I don't think there was, a tool to help them achieve the bump in the 70s. They just hairspray. Lots and lots of hairspray.
Okay.
Top comment. LOL, I love that you were the inspo picture and got mad when you looked like, well, you. Amazing and NTA. Seriously, what did she think was going to happen?
I don't understand that leap in logic of, she didn't even tell you. She never at any point was hey, we're gonna do the bridesmaids like this? Can you do a different style? I'd love to see you outside your range, right? There's ways that you could just politely ask her to try not to dress like that.
Second top comment. NTA, if she had reached out and said, this is how I'm wearing my hair. I know this is in your wheelhouse, so would you mind doing something different so I can feel unique? You would have said, sure, no problem. But you're not psychic. The bride is being ridiculous.
Yeah.
OP replied, the thing is, I would have had no problem at all doing something different if I knew she was going to do basically the same hairstyle I did. But like many people have said, unfortunately, I'm not psychic. Would have been cool though.
Yeah, it would have been like a good chance for you to like get outside your comfort zone and try like a 1920s hairstyle or something.
Yeah, that would have been cool too.
Yeah.
She literally thought that because it was her day, she owned your look. LMAO, now that's some next level Bridezilla shit.
It sounds to me like she probably didn't think about it at first or didn't care, and then on her wedding day when she saw you wearing a very similar hairstyle, turns out she did care.
Yeah, but she like waited 3 weeks to bring it up and be like, I hate you.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
How dare you?
It has to seethe and boil internally because you can't talk about it like an adult. No, it has to seethe and boil until you explode. That's how friendship works.
I think this comment is interesting. I wonder if hubby said something within those 3 weeks to the bride that's ignited her jealousy and aggression. You look so beautiful, baby, just like OP. Would probably be enough to knock the unstable off the ledge. Nobody holds a grudge over 3 weeks over hair. This person cannot possibly be this many fries short of a Happy Meal. Something else is wrong. She's using this as the catalyst, and if OP was wise, she'd go ahead and block this person first. NTA.
That person either has not been to very many weddings or has a very healthy mental attitude, because I know plenty of people that will hold a grudge for 3 weeks over hair.
I know plenty of people that hold a grudge for 3 weeks over something trivial that's wedding related.
I think the trivial stuff is easier to hold a grudge for weeks.
Yeah. Okay, so OP posted a comment about the text thread that she's having with the bride, and after the bride told her that she's angry, and she's like, I don't understand why you're so angry about me having the same hairstyle as you. The bride messaged back, and OP says, this is what her text read. Hey girl, I just wanted to let you know that I'm really troubled still because bridesmaid said that you did not understand why I was hurt by your actions at my wedding. You know I love your style, and I tell you that, but you could have done something different for one day in your life. You might think you're trendy, but my day is reserved for me. I really do not feel comfortable talking to you until you can find the courage to apologize. And when you do, text someone else to tell me because I am so sad.
This is like mean girl shit. I don't know how to react to that. Like, either she thought she told you that she was gonna emulate your style and assumed that you would know that meant don't do the style.
Mm-hmm.
Or she just, I don't know, assumed you were a mind reader like everyone else said.
Someone else replied, oh, I would apologize. I'm sorry you're such a dumbass. This is how I wear my hair. You copied me. So just stop with the bullshit.
Yeah,
but does the bride seriously think that she told you not to wear your hair like that? Because how are you supposed to know?
Based off how surprised you were at the wedding that your hairstyle matched everyone,
Mm-hmm.
I have to assume that you had no knowledge that they were going to do this hairstyle. So, I don't know why you would ever suspect that a bridal party was going to do a 60s, 70s theme.
Yeah, that seems weird. I mean, it is... They do have some very pretty hairstyles with that, like, swoop bump, you know?
Yeah.
But
it very much is like the style where, like, if you wanted to have a more classical looking wedding, you'd go back to, like, your parents' generation like that.
Mm-hmm.
Still, it seems a little out of left field to not just talk your problems out. Am I the asshole for buying all the hot and ready pizzas from local gas station?
No, they're to be bought. Okay, I can see, like, if there was a line of people behind you and you bought them completely out, like, by buying 30 pizzas, you might be a little bit of the asshole. But at the same time, like, you're a customer, too. You deserve to get all the pizzas you need.
I live in a very rural area, so our gas stations are a cross between gas station, convenience store, and small restaurant. One of the gas stations I frequent has really good personal pan pizzas, and they are decently priced. My whole family enjoys them when we get them, and everyone is home this afternoon. So I decided to pick some up, since I happen to be near the gas station. It was just about 2 p.m. and they had 6 personal pizzas ready. Knowing my family, that is kind of the perfect amount. They also had up different kinds, and since me and my family like to mix and match, I grabbed them. The food service person looked at me and said, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
What? What kind of customer service is that?
The kind that you get at a gas station.
Yeah, okay, but, still.
That's actually, I have had some very lovely gas station attendants.
Yeah, me too.
I was a little stunned and I just said, "Huh?" They proceeded to tell me I was an asshole for taking all the pizzas. I explained they were going to my family and not just myself. They said it's no excuse to take all the pizzas. I was bewildered and asked, "Isn't the purpose of making them to sell them?" The food service worker looked at the cashier and said, "You can make some fucking more. I'm going outside for a smoke."
He's just salty he's actually going to have to work and not go on 20 smoke breaks in 1 hour.
He probably just got all those pizzas out there.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "Now I have to make more." And he's mad about that. But they're gas station pizzas, I'm going to add in. Like, these are frozen pizzas.
Yeah, I was like, how hard is it to make up some more? Also, I feel like picking up 6 personal pan pizzas is not that ridiculous an amount of pizza, like, to be grabbing for your family. Like, they should kind of expect someone might come in and buy all these pizzas.
Probably.
Like, that's one family's worth of pizza. 6 personal pans?
Yeah. I mean, like at a rural gas station, that's about how many I'd expect them to have out at a time.
Yeah, because you don't want to make too many and have them go to waste.
Yeah, like when you look at like the hot dogs rolling on the thing, they've got enough for maybe one big order.
Mm-hmm.
We all know the gas station pizzas come frozen and you just have to take them out of the cellophane, throw them into like the pizza oven, and then throw them onto the warmer.
Yeah, I was like, seriously? It's going to take you a minute or 2 of work, and then, it's going to be in the oven for like maybe 5 or 10 minutes, but like, it's not that much work to throw a few more pizzas in the oven.
The cashier didn't say anything to the food service worker or me, rang me up, bagged the food, and gave me my receipt. As I was walking to my vehicle, I could hear the food service worker talking to someone on their phone about the fucking asshole who thinks this is a goddamn buffet. It's a restaurant.
I was like, it's a gas station convenience store restaurant. It kind of is a buffet.
It kind of is. That's exactly what it is, actually. You take your food and you go pay the person and then you leave.
Yeah, you grab your pizza, you grab your roller dog, you grab your hot pretzel, and you get out,
This person's having a bad day. Or something. The whole thing left a sour taste in my mouth, and while driving home I kept thinking to myself, am I an asshole for buying those pizzas?
No. Who is an asshole is that employee, and I would be calling like the gas station manager or owner and complaining, because gas station employees should not be swearing at you for buying their products.
Yeah, he dropped the big swear.
Yeah, he dropped the F-bomb.
Yeah, naughty word.
And then called you an asshole.
He did, you're right.
You're such an asshole for buying all these pizzas and now I gotta make more. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna go smoke.
He very clearly does not want to have a job, does he?
No! Like, he deserves to be fired for this. Like, who talks to their customers like that?
It's crazy. No, I mean, working retail, I've had this coworker who really does not want to be there.
And working retail, I have had customers that I really want to swear at.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm a professional, and I did not.
And that poor cashier who got caught in the middle.
Yeah, and like it sounds like one person is the cashier and one person is the food service person. So now the cashier's stuck doing that food service person's job and making the pizzas.
They probably are just like, God, I got stuck on shift with Greg.
I hate Greg. He's so lazy.
He just
doesn't
wants
do
to
anything.
Now I gotta do Greg's job because he's throwing a tantrum.
Yeah, everybody has worked with a Greg and they hate Greg. I love how we just randomly name this person Greg.
Yeah, which is kind of mean because we have like a couple friends that are named Greg and they're very nice people.
Yeah, I was like, why did you pick Greg? We love both Gregs we know.
I just picked the first man name that came to mind. Top comment. You should have sat in the parking lot and waited for the next 6 pizzas to be ready, then gone in and bought all 6 of those. Not the asshole, but I am.
That is the kind of petty I can get behind. I would just sit there all day and keep doing that. I can freeze those pizzas and heat them up later. It's not like I'm wasting money.
Yeah, pizza out of the fridge, great. You can reheat it, you can eat it cold. It takes a lot for pizza to go bad, in my opinion. I like this comment. I once got told by a convenience store worker that they stopped selling corn dogs because people bought them too much. So they were constantly making corn dogs. I was dumbfounded.
That's money in the pocket of the store owner. Why would they take corn dogs off the menu?
They probably weren't selling the corn dogs for enough, right?
Yeah, maybe.
But in that case, raise the price by like 25 cents or something?
Yeah, and see if you're still selling just as many.
Yeah.
Make it worth your while to sell them, because they're apparently very popular.
You gotta have a little bit of business sense. Obviously, the person making the corn dogs and the pizza is not getting any of that profit. They get their hourly wage.
Yeah. You'd expect the store owner to be like, yes, we're raking in money on these corn dogs.
Yeah. Not the asshole. Maybe if this was like a well-known popular item and you were the first out of a long line to get them, you'd be the a-hole. But I can't imagine these gas station pizzas are just so high in demand that they need to be rationed out. I'm betting the worker is just angry now he has to make more.
Yes.
I mean, he obviously said that.
Yeah.
Also, if they are that popular, the store should set a limit themselves. You're right. They are there to sell them, and they sold them. And 6 is not some crazy high number or anything. To which OP replied, the place was a ghost town, so really, that's why I didn't even think twice about it. Yeah, like, you can't even keep pizzas under the warmer for that long, I don't think.
Yeah, they'd get yucky.
Yeah.
Maybe the worker was upset that he wasn't going to get to eat one of those free leftover pizzas that they were about to throw away.
That is a good point. Because if you can only keep them under the warmer for like an hour or two, at like 4 p.m., Greg was going to get a snack.
Yeah. And now, you took all of his snacks, and he's got to make new ones, but he's going to go off shift before those ones expire, and so he's not going to get any.
Yeah. You're taking pizza out of Greg's mouth.
So rude. Let the poor hungry workers have a snack.
Then let's do one final comment. I was assistant manager for 4 years in a convenience store that sold pizzas, large 16-inch pizzas. Start to finish, including cooking time and prep time, they took 6 minutes. The food service worker was just being lazy and hoping to eat the pizzas when they didn't sell. Yeah, I think that's my new theory.
Yes, that one comment nicely summed up all of our comments. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, go ahead and do us a favor and hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, we really appreciate your support.
Am I the asshole for telling my dad he'll ruin our relationship if he puts his wife before what's best for me and my brother?
Well, it depends a lot on how old you are. I almost feel like I can't give a preliminary judgment off the title until I find out those numbers. If this is a 40-year-old saying this, then you're fucking unhinged.
That is a very good point. I, 16, have a brother, 18, and our parents have been divorced for like 12 years. My parents always got along really well after the divorce. They threw us birthday parties together, celebrated Christmas together, and would talk about us and keep things good. My brother has medical issues, and they would be in the same room with him when he was sick or had doctor's appointment. They also weren't those divorced parents who needed to schedule different times to speak to the teachers.
That sounds good so far.
We were told we were most important to them, and they never wanted us to feel caught in the middle. Overall, though, my parents didn't spend a lot of time together. But they could spend time together and did when it was for us. I liked how they did that because it was nice to celebrate stuff with my whole family, and my brother loved that he didn't have to pick which parent came to see him when he was in the hospital.
That is very nice to have parents that can still be cordial with each other.
When I was 11, my dad got married again. His wife and us didn't get on super well, but not super bad either. She was included in the stuff with our parents like birthday parties, Christmas, and stuff. She was never very nice to my mom, though, and now me and my brother found out she doesn't approve of dad and mom talking and being in the same room. She doesn't like joint Christmas celebrations or birthday parties. She thinks everything could be separate. And my dad's actually thinking of doing it.
Sounds like she might be wearing your dad down.
They told me and my brother a couple of weeks ago. My brother stormed out and told Dad he wasn't dealing with that bullshit. Dad told me he knew it would be an adjustment, but it was for his wife. I asked him why she mattered more than us. He said she doesn't, but it's different because we're older now. So I was like, I have to have 2 weddings, 2 birthdays, 2 baby showers, and everything else in the future? His wife said yes, and Dad said, that's not what she's asking.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't think she means like the wedding and the baby shower, But apparently she meant the wedding and the baby shower?
She jumped on yes real fast.
Yeah, right? I was gonna say, like, you're 16 and 18. Yeah, you don't have to have joint Christmas anymore. The wedding and the baby shower part's crazy.
They spoke at the same time, so Dad changed what he said and he told me we'd talk about it more. I asked about my brother being in the hospital, and she said that he's an adult now, so it's not like Mom and Dad even need to be there.
Okay, no. She's going way too far with this. I thought it was just going to be like, hey, can we stop combining Christmas now that they're teenagers? I don't really care about that one.
It sounds like new wife wants him to never see ex-wife ever again.
She sounds very jealous that he's still maintaining like an okay level of...
Co-parenting.
Co-parenting, yeah.
My dad said to let things be figured out more first. I told him why bother, and he should know if he does this, he is putting her before us, then he'll ruin our relationship. The rest of the week at my dad's house was weird. My mom knows about it, and I told her I don't want to go to Dad's house if he's going to do this. She told me I'd have to go until a judge says otherwise, but she did speak to her lawyer and filed in court to see if we can't let it be my choice. I feel like once you hit 15 or 16, the courts are a lot more lenient on, like, making you go to one parent's house. They're like, it's up to you. You're old enough now.
Yeah, it sure sounds like stepmom's not great. Or she's turning hard all of a sudden, now that you're older.
My dad's wife is angry at me and my brother for not accepting this, and she told me I put my dad in a bad position to lose one of us. Dad keeps saying we need to talk about this more, but I feel like he just wants me and my brother to accept what his wife wants. Am I the asshole?
No, you're not the asshole. Dad sounds like he's being a little bit of a pushover. Like maybe wife has been nagging him about this for a long time, and now that your brother's 18, she's really getting into it, right?
Yeah, she's probably saying to her husband, he's an adult now. He doesn't need you. He's not your responsibility anymore.
That sounds like what it is, right?
So there's no reason for you to see your ex-wife.
Yeah, it sounds like it, and you're just getting swept up in the fact that your brother turned 18.
Yeah, it's a little early for the 16-year-old to be,
I mean, there's never a point where you should be trying to cut your kids off.
Yeah.
But it sounds like that's what stepmom is saying. Is like, we don't need to be doing all these joint activities anymore now that he's an adult and she's old enough, in her opinion, to start having to deal with a separated family. I can see it for some of the minor holidays and things if stepmom and mom just don't get along.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like this is mostly on stepmom's side.
Yeah, I mean, our viewpoint is a little skewed because we're getting it from the son, who is more loyal to his mom, so we don't know if mom is being a bitch to stepmom, too.
Oh, is this a guy? I thought it was a girl.
At no point does it say whether OP is a boy or a girl, so I do not know. I assumed boy and you assumed girl, so that's confusing.
It's probably not that important.
Anyways, we're only getting this story from the viewpoint of OP, who is more loyal to their mom than to their stepmom. So we hear that stepmom's being a bitch to mom, but we might be missing some of the story about how mom is treating stepmom.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it also sounds like dad needed to talk this out a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were not on the same page when they had this discussion with the kids.
Oh no, they were not. And then she went way overboard and he was like, we'll talk about it. We need to figure some stuff out.
Yeah, he's like, no, they can't have 2 weddings. I'm not paying for 2 weddings.
Which is insane.
Yeah, you have to tough it out and see the ex on wedding, baby shower, graduation. Just big things like that. I can see separating Christmas and birthday. It's not the end of the world. I know it sucks. I know you have been getting both parents, and that's great that they've managed to do that up to this point.
And that seems extremely lucky on their part.
Yes, but it sounds like there needs to be a middle ground that everyone needs to find here. And if dad keeps being kind of a pushover to his new wife, then he's going to have to deal with the consequences. It sounds like you're ready to just not go back there.
Top comment. She told me I put my dad in a bad position to lose one of us. The one wanting to change things is responsible for the consequences.
Absolutely.
Not you. Tell them there will be no duplicate events, but you can stop inviting them if they would like that. Or dad's invited, but his new wife isn't. Problem solved. There's no reason for her to be at your event. Yeah, she's kind of turning into the evil stepmom. I don't know if I would want to hang out with her.
It sounds like she doesn't trust her husband.
She's very jealous and insecure.
Yeah.
100% tell him you have one of every event. Mom will be there. Dad can come if he wants. Dad's wife isn't invited and will be ejected if she tries to show up. People really don't like this stepmom.
I mean, I'm not a fan of stepmom either here. I think if she doesn't apologize to you, though, that's kind of the way to go. She crossed a line here.
Expecting 2 weddings is absolutely crazy. The hilarious part is that he basically admitted it's crazy, but backpedaled when she said that's what she wanted.
Yeah, Dad's trying to keep the peace, and I think the only way to keep the peace here is to be a little more forceful with your opinion, Dad. You gotta put your foot down and be like, no, that's too far. We're gonna find a middle ground that works for everybody, and talk it out with your wife before you bring the kids in.
NTA, I'm 49 and have been hospitalized 23 times in the last 13 years. My parents still come to the hospital to visit me. Her whole request is wild. She really said with a straight face that Mom and Dad don't need to be there for you because you're an adult now? Like, on what planet?
Yeah, right? That's your support network. It's completely normal for your parents to come to and visit you in the hospital, no matter how old you are. And he's only 18. That's barely an adult.
Yeah, like, I don't know if I could handle hospital insurance and, everything, all of that when I was 18. I didn't know what the heck I was doing.
Yeah, if they're in the US, he's almost certainly still on their insurance, right?
Yes. OP replied, she said that Mom and Dad should never look at each other or communicate ever again. They should move countries just to make sure they never come anywhere close to each other because that's how serious she is. She said there will never be a reason for them to talk or look at each other again. So I guess if me or my brother die, they'd have to cut us in half and each bury half.
I mean, they could just dig them back up and bury them a second time.
Oh, yes. But 2 funerals.
2 funerals, yeah. I have to wonder, are Dad and Mom just making come hither eyes at each other?
I don't know. Or is she just so extremely insecure for no reason?
It sounds like she's very insecure. I don't know if there's a reason or not, but either way, this is not the solution. Am I the asshole for telling my family our birthday club isn't a debt collection service?
I don't understand what a birthday club is.
So, my family has this big birthday club group chat, about 25 people. Everyone sends $25 when it's someone's birthday. So, the birthday person ends up with about $625. It started out fun and lighthearted, but lately it's turned into a daunting task.
This just seems so dumb. If you are sending $25 to everyone on their birthday, and then they're all sending $25 back to you on your birthday, you're breaking even, and this is just a whole lot of moving money around for no reason.
I mean, that's every birthday.
Yeah, but normally you buy presents and put thought into it, not just here's $25 cash, and then a few months later they're like, here's your $25 cash back because it's your birthday now.
Yeah, I can see that, but also it's like you get your lump sum, and this is your justified fun money.
Yeah.
It's almost like investing, and, at least you thought of them and sent the money.
I don't know, it seems a little cold to me, like, buy a gift.
The minute someone's birthday hits, people start hounding the chat like bill collectors. Who didn't send yet? We're waiting on 3 people. Y'all know what day it is. Literally before people are even awake. This morning, I finally got tired of it and sent a message saying something like, just a reminder, this is supposed to be fun and family-oriented, not a debt collection service. 3 heart emojis.
It sounds like people are like, it's 6 a.m. on my birthday, where's my money, bitches?
It does kind of sound like that.
It's just a little extreme.
Kind of funny, though.
It sounds like something I would do, but like jokingly. You know?
Right? That's what I mean. I'm like, if you said it jokingly, that's actually kind of funny. Only 2 people hearted my message. No one else said anything. Now I'm second-guessing myself, wondering if I came off rude or ungrateful. So, am I the asshole for saying something?
Not the asshole. It sounds like people are taking the fun out of this tradition you guys have.
It kind of sounds like they're more worried about getting their investment back than the birthday bit.
Yeah, I don't like the way that this is going. It all seems very cold to me. Like transactional and not, I love you, it's your birthday, here's your money. But it's my birthday, give me my money. It's very greedy sounding of everyone. That's
kind of what OP, I think, is saying, is that once you start making it like, I need the $625, it's my time for the lump sum.
I deserve it.
Yes.
And I do understand being salty if you sent money to someone for their birthday and they didn't give you anything for your birthday. I feel like when it comes to gift giving, like, that's kind of something you need to expect. Like, you don't deserve all that money. You can't make people give you things for your birthday. But they did all start this group chat with, like, the understanding that they would all contribute $25 for everybody's birthday. So if someone doesn't send it, they are kind of like breaking that social contract.
And it's a family social contract, so you're going to get nagged by your aunts and uncles.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're the type of family that just does cash for birthdays, I could see this working out.
Yeah, because it's kind of like, throwing $25 here and there to somebody doesn't seem to cut into your budget that much. And then on your birthday, you get that big lump sum that you can then go spend.
Which is kind of fun. If you're all separated around the country or something, like, get your $625, go buy, like, a new Xbox or something and take a photo with it and be like, thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
That's kind of works out. I could see that being a fun family thing. But yeah, once people start nagging you and making it, like, an expected thing, it's a little entitled. Top comment. It was a great idea until it turned obligatory and forced. Kind of what we said.
Yeah.
I think Reddit doesn't quite understand birthday logic.
Uh-huh. Why?
Because most of the comments are people saying, you're putting in $25 24 times throughout the year, and you're getting all that back on your birthday. What is even the point of this?
And that's kind of what I said.
But that's kind of how birthdays work. We have, like, kind of the same target amount for birthdays in our family.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we do buy items, we're trying to spend, like, $25 on each person.
Yes.
So we're outputting that amount, and we get the same amount back, even if we're getting items.
But I feel like in that case where you're getting presents, it's the thought that also goes into it, into putting in the work and the effort to find something that you know that person's gonna like. Which sometimes in our family, and especially with the guys, it's like, they would just prefer the money. So we do just give money.
Yeah.
But at least with me and my sisters, like, it's a game to see who can get the best presents for each other for $25.
Yeah, but that's not how their family dynamic works.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's just kind of how birthdays are when you have, like, a target amount and they're obviously spread out, or they just don't want to do the birthday gatherings.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you get the lump sum and you put in the same amount, and it all kind of breaks even and the family stays together. Reddit does not respect that logic. They're like, hey, why are you putting in the same amount over a year to get a lump sum back for the same amount? You should be investing that money or something. Like, come on, Reddit. That's not how birthdays work. You're acknowledging someone, and then they acknowledge you once a year.
Yes, from a business standpoint, this logically does not make sense, but it's about showing your love for your family members.
They're doing better than a lot of families do, right?
Yeah.
OP actually edited the post to add, the point is not to profit from the birthday club, and the question is not asking whether or not you think it's a stupid idea to have one or not. I'm just asking about what I said, if I am the asshole for saying what I said. No one is trying to profit thousands of dollars or even profit at all. It's just a nice gesture to receive a large sum of money on your birthday. I understand that some people don't see the point of it, but that's also not the point of the question.
I also got sidetracked by that and did not answer the question of whether I think he's an asshole or not. I just answered whether I think this is a dumb idea or not. Is he the asshole? No. People are starting to take this a little bit too seriously and not remembering that this is supposed to be a fun birthday thing, not an obligatory. It is obligatory, but don't make it so obvious.
Right? You gotta have Aunt call people out, like, in personal text to be like, hey, stay in the family, where are you going?
I almost feel like you need to designate one person as the hounder, and then, like, the birthday person is like, hey, Aunt so-and-so hounder, I haven't received any birthday money from this person yet. Do you want to check what's going on with them? And then sick that aunt on that person to make sure you get your birthday money, you know?
Yeah, or it's just gotta be everyone's mom, right?
You can't be nagging people yourself for your own birthday. That seems rude.
Well, they don't actually say if the birthday person's the one nagging.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like OP likes to sleep in on the weekend, and before they even wake up, they're getting text messages being like, why haven't you chipped in? Let's go.
Yeah, they do not like the barrage of texts waking them up on not their birthday, but...
Yeah, so 25 days a year, this text thread just explodes. Yeah, I could see it being a little annoying.
Yeah.
But no, not the asshole. I think you just need to try to shift the mood of your text thread back towards happy birthday and not move that money.
Am I the asshole for laughing at and embarrassing my brother-in-law in front of the entire family?
It sounds like it, But also, I bet your brother-in-law sucks, so he had it coming.
Yesterday was my sister's engagement party. She's marrying my husband's cousin, funny enough. And she asked to have the party at our house since we have a huge backyard and she just wanted something simple like a barbecue. I of course agreed and the start of the day went well. Everyone from both sides of the family mingled, the grill was going, people congratulated the soon-to-be bride and groom, etc. Well, as everyone was loading their plates up to eat, I noticed my other brother-in-law grabbing a plate and paused because I swear he looked different than he did when he showed up. I couldn't pin why at first, but when he sat down at the table, his mom, my mother-in-law, asked him if he'd trimmed his beard.
What?
That's what it was. His beard, which had been sort of bushy when he arrived earlier, was now trimmed down and neater. That's when he looked at me and said he hoped I didn't mind, but he'd used the trimmer we had in the bathroom to freshen himself up.
Oh, that's gross.
I was confused because my trimmer and my husband's were both in our connected bathroom, which was off limits to guests.
Uh-huh.
But yes, this is gross. Don't go using other random people's razors and trimmers and things.
Yeah, that's that's an immediate family thing. You can share a trimmer.
It's like using someone else's toothbrush almost, in my opinion.
I see. So it's up there. Maybe just don't use people's stuff in their bathroom.
I was confused because my trimmer and my husband's were both in our connected bathroom, which was off limits to guests. But then it hit me. He'd used the cat trimmer that I keep in the downstairs bathroom. The one I used to trim my 4 very fluffy cats' butt hair and shave off dingleberries to keep them clean.
Well, then it's less gross for you and more gross for him.
I must have looked just as shocked as I felt because my husband asked what was wrong and I ignored him and asked brother-in-law if he meant he'd used the small white trimmer that had been in the back of the bottom drawer of the bathroom cabinet. Brother-in-law flushed a little at being outed for going through our cabinets, I guess, and huffed, but confirmed, yes, that one. And y'all, I lost it. I laughed so hard I thought I might choke. Even typing this out now is hard because just remembering it is making me laugh again.
I don't know if it's that hilarious. I don't actually have a problem with using a pet hair trimmer if I need to, but I don't know.
I'd at least clean it first, maybe.
I would hope that you clean it.
Yeah, after you shave dingleberries off, like Lysol that baby down.
Yep.
Brother-in-law got pissed and asked what was so damn funny, and without thinking, I just blurted out what that trimmer is used for. Husband started laughing his ass off, followed by just about everyone on my side of the family and a good chunk of husband's side too. At some point during the laughter, brother-in-law got up and called us all assholes before storming out. Mother-in-law tried scolding me for saying that in front of everyone. Some of husband's family agreed, but husband shushed her and said he shouldn't have gone through our stuff. I feel bad for laughing. I could have pulled brother-in-law aside to tell him instead of blurting it out in front of everyone. Mother-in-law says I should apologize. Am I the asshole?
This is just a normal family interaction. There's nothing wrong with this story at all. I don't know, you might be the asshole, you might not be. It doesn't matter. You owe him an apology. He owes you an apology for going through your stuff. But this is so normal for a family. Yeah, he poked through your cabinets and shaved, and it turns out he used the cat butt razor, and everyone laughed at him, and now he's going to have to live with this for the rest of his life. That's how family goes. I would say no one's particularly the asshole here. There's some apologies that need to be tossed around, and then next holiday you'll all be back to normal. Except brother-in-law will probably have this brought up once a year for the rest of his life. Eventually he'll die, though, and he won't be called that anymore. So he has that to look forward to.
Top comment. NTA, who the hell goes through someone else's bathroom cabinets and decides to groom themselves using a trimmer they find?
A brother-in-law.
I honestly expected it to be a trimmer used for personal bits, so the revelation that the trimmer is used on cat butts was unexpected turn. Yeah, I don't know. Would you like to use a trimmer that your brother-in-law used on his balls on your face?
That's what I would assume it was used for.
Right? If I find a trimmer in someone else's bathroom, I'm not touching it because I'm assuming it was for, like, bits.
Right? But I assume that if you have a trimmer, you aren't as worried about using it everywhere on your body as I am about using a trimmer that's been everywhere on your body on my face.
Yes.
So I don't know. I would say it's almost better that that trimmer has been on a cat's butt because that cat puts their butt on everything anyways.
Very good point. There's a little update. Okay, everyone. Brother-in-law came over today to talk, and I was worried he'd still be upset, but he wasn't. Turns out he does have a girlfriend, and when he told her about it, looking for sympathy, I think, She instead laughed at him and told him that's the risk of using strange razors without permission first. He apologized for going through our drawers and said he was actually looking for some baby powder. Turns out he was, chafing from the heat, and he was too embarrassed to ask us if we had any. To be honest, it was hot as hell the day of the party, so understandable.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me. Like, I could see quietly poking through a medicine cabinet if you needed, like, Tylenol or baby powder in this case.
Yeah.
It's not that weird if you feel comfortable poking through your sibling's medicine cabinet.
Yeah, I go through my sister's drawer sometimes. I was like, my contact was bothering me. I need contact solution. I think she keeps it in this drawer, and yeah, she did, and I used it, and,
Yeah, you're not doing it maliciously. You're just trying not to cause a scene and being like, man, my neck hurts, and then everyone's going to ask you, how's your neck doing for the rest of the party?
But
using the razor.
Trimmer, that's a little bit more invasive.
It sounds like it was a crime of convenience.
I know everyone said not to, and he deserved it, but I still apologized for laughing at him and blurting what the razor was for out loud like that. He said it was fine, and he knows he kinda had it coming. The best part was that he asked to take a picture with one of my cats, and I agreed, and he posted it to Facebook with the caption, "I've never felt so close to my sister-in-law's cats," which had me and my husband dying. Seems like he was just hurt in the moment, but after a day of thinking, he decided to let it go and just roll with what he knows will be a big joke for who knows how long.
That's great. This sounds like a very healthy family.
Yeah, I was like, this should just be something that is a joke that is brought up for years to come.
Yeah, he's just mad about it for a day, and then he realizes he's being a little silly, and everyone gets over it.
So that's the update, everyone. Brother-in-law and I are good.
There is one bit of information that I desperately want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Which way was the cat facing in the photo? Because I want that brother-in-law standing next to the cat's butt.
Yes! Holding it up butt first to the camera. I've never felt so, like, this trimmer has been used on both of these.
Yes. That's what I want. I've never felt so close with just a butthole right in the camera. Am I the asshole for refusing my company's mandatory unpaid green volunteering hours?
If it's mandatory, is it volunteering?
No, I suppose not.
But also, can work make you do something and spend time and not pay you for it? I don't think they can. That doesn't sound legal. I'm going not the asshole. I bet you could sue them.
My employer just launched a new program where every employee is expected to spend 10 hours a month on community cleanups, tree planting, or other green activities. It's unpaid and outside normal work hours. Management says it's part of our corporate responsibility, and that everyone should pitch in because climate change affects us all.
That is a lot of time a month. Like, I could see maybe, 2 hours a month or something. But 10 hours, that's more than one whole day a month of work, and they're not paying you for that? That is not cool.
Yeah, I agree on that. They're trying to give you a part-time job and not pay you for it. Here's my issue. I already volunteer for environmental causes in my own time, and my evenings are packed with family and side projects. I told HR I couldn't add more unpaid hours. They warned me my performance review and team spirit rating might suffer if I don't comply. Some colleagues think I'm selfish, others secretly told me they also feel pressured, but are afraid to speak up. I'm torn. I support environmental action, but this feels like forced labor disguised as charity. Should companies be allowed to make unpaid activism part of the job description? Is it wrong to push back when it's for a good cause? Or is this crossing a line? Am I the asshole?
Your company is definitely crossing a line. This is not okay, and I bet you can get them in trouble with the labor board or whatever. I don't know. I bet there's some legal precedence that this is not okay and you should threaten your company. Then you really won't be seen as a team player. But at this point, burn those bridges. This company's awful.
It kind of sounds like they're asking you to work a landscaping job outside of work hours.
Yeah, and that's not cool. It's probably something like, hey, go pick up trash along this highway for 5 hours twice a month.
I mean, yeah, it says community cleanups, tree planting, or other green activities, so it might not even be organized by the company.
Yeah, who is organizing this?
It sounds like they just want you to report back that you did these hours to me.
Yeah, and he said he's already doing environmental volunteer activities and stuff, so can he just be like, yeah, I did it, and then notify the company that, hey, I did this at this location with this volunteer?
I guess, but that seems like still kind of a bullcrap thing to have to do. Although maybe they're having the outings that you can choose to turn up to so many of them each month.
Yeah, it sounds more like the company is setting up the outings or whatever and like, hey, show up on this day and we're all going to work 5 hours doing this. And we're do it twice a month or something.
Which, making it mandatory, that's bullshit.
Yes.
I've worked at plenty of companies that want that good press of like, hey, we're supporting green initiatives. And it's always, we're taking a day off from work and we're all going to go to the park. It's never, we're not going to pay you for this.
Yeah, you're still getting paid for your day at work. You're just not in the office working. You're at the park working.
Yes, because most companies are smart enough to realize that's unpaid labor and you're going to get slapped with a lawsuit. Top comment, I'll work for no pay when you pay me for time I'm not working, NTA.
Yeah.
To which OP replied, thank you, that's exactly how it feels to me. I don't mind volunteering, but I think it should be a personal choice, not something you're penalized for if you can't do it. Your words sum it up perfectly. And then a lot of comments are just suggesting to involve the Department of Labor.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know what its name is, but I'm sure there is some organization that controls what companies are allowed and not allowed to do to their employees, and they would be very upset to hear about this.
To which OP replied to one of them, good idea. I've started reading up on labor laws and will reach out if it looks like a violation. It's a violation. You don't have to look it up that hard. Appreciate you pointing me in the right direction. To which a few people replied to OP's comment. Mm-hmm. Send an email to HR. Ask them for clarification that they said your performance reviews would be affected if you refuse to attend unpaid education, mandatory volunteering. If they are smart, they will backtrack, but if not, then you have ammo for the labor board to work with. It will also help you if they retaliate. So make sure there's a paper trail.
Yes, that is very smart.
This is illegal in the US. Our company also encourages us to volunteer, but they pay us for up to 4 days to do it. The corporate responsibility to environmental protection is not your personal responsibility. So even that, if you were to say do 10 hours of labor outside of work, give me 10 hours of overtime.
Yeah.
Or just like a kickback, right? Like it doesn't even have to be overtime because it's technically not your job. You can just say like, hey, we'll pay you your normal hourly rate or something for those hours as a bonus.
But you do need to be paid for those hours, I think.
If they're encouraging you to this extent, then you absolutely need to be paid for them.
Also, I don't think even if they're paying you, they can make that mandatory. Unless it was listed as part of your job description.
Right? It's not really your job.
Yeah.
It really kills the vibe of volunteering.
Am I the asshole for wanting to break up with my girlfriend because I was a dare date?
I want to know how far you are into this relationship, but that is a bit hurtful. Although, it sounds like you nailed the date, and now she likes you.
But still, kind of hurtful.
Kind of hurtful.
So, for a quick background, my girlfriend, 24 female, and I, 27 male, have been dating for around 8 months now. I first met her at a funeral of all places. I wasn't close to the deceased, they were a friend's uncle, I was just along to keep him company. In any case, I wasn't particularly sad looking, I was talking with a family friend and smiling, which she noticed and made a pretty morbid joke asking if I put him in the casket. It was so blunt I just sort of snort laughed, and we got to chatting all afternoon, ending up with her number in my phone by the end of it.
She got dare dated to ask you out at a funeral of all places?
Sounds like yeah?
Okay.
She was funny, witty, pretty, and a genuinely fun girl to be around. So of course I took the chance and asked her out, which she accepted rather eagerly. My ego was through the roof at that. Little did I know. I came home a little earlier from work last night. I was covering a shift and the guy I was covering for came in anyways, so they didn't need me for 8 hours. Anyway, I came home earlier than planned and overheard my girlfriend laughing with someone on her phone. I was about to surprise her with a little jump scare when she said, and I quote, I never meant for the whole thing with boyfriend to last so long. I'd never normally date someone like him. She spotted me shortly after saying that. I admit I made a noise I can't even begin to explain, and she heard me. I'd never seen someone go that pale before. She was all wide, teary eyes and quivering lips. Girlfriend then spent the next hour or so confessing that she'd never planned to date me, but once her friends found out she'd given me her number, they found a pic of me online and apparently found me so hilariously unattractive that girlfriend just had to fake date me for a week to give me hope.
It sounds like she was gonna date you anyways, though. So the dare came after she already gave you her number.
Yeah, but she gave you her number, so I mean, you already got that one going for you.
It kind of sounds like you got the date, And then her friends are just bitches.
I wish I was joking. Her friends and apparently girlfriend are all stuck in their mean girl high school phase. Girlfriend agreed, but I guess apparently forgot about it because we've been dating for 8 months, not 1 week. She told me that she was stupid for agreeing with it and that I was a really good guy and that she really did love me, but she never expected to actually feel that way about me. Why? Because I'm not her usual type of guy. When I asked her to elaborate, she mumbled that she didn't initially find me attractive at all, but after dating for a few weeks, she stopped caring about my looks.
Okay, I don't know how to react to that because you nailed it at the funeral of all places. You picked up this girl. And then you slowly seduced her over the first few dates like every other fucking relationship starts. I'm sorry that you're not the most attractive guy, but it sounds like you're pretty good at dating.
I think it's very hurtful that her friend said he's so unattractive, it's hilarious, you need to fake date him.
But it sounds like...
And she went along with it.
But it sounds like you need to be mad at the friends and not her. I don't know, they're kind of doing a Mean Girls thing here, but the fact that you got the number before they started doing this makes me think that they're just kind of being kind of catty over there. And girlfriend went along with it because that's her friend group.
Okay, I also feel like when she's confessing this, she could have worded it better.
Oh, she absolutely could have worded it better because that explanation of what went down was literally just her digging a deep hole with a shovel, right? Like, she could have just left it at... I normally wouldn't date a guy like him. That's not that bad.
Also, she said she didn't initially find me attractive at all, but after dating for a few weeks, she stopped caring about my looks. That's not a good way to word that.
No, it's like, really not.
I didn't find you attractive, but now I don't care that you're not attractive. No, you say that as I got to know you, I found you more attractive.
Yeah. It sounds like girlfriend panicked and just word vomited all the wrong things, doesn't it?
It really does. She did not handle this confession well.
No.
I admit I sort of lost my temper here and called her an immature waste of my time. I told her I wished she just dumped me a week into dating because to find all this shit out 8 months in, when I cared about her, loved her, was fucking foul.
Okay. Sounds like you maybe went a little too far too. You guys need to calm down. Take a breath.
Like, that might be a little bit of an overreaction here.
It really sounds like you owe each other apologies. You like each other. Get over the rest.
I'm staying with my mom at the moment because I need space to think and vent. Would I be the asshole if I dumped my girlfriend for this?
Yes. It sounds like yes. You like her. She likes you. The rest can be worked through, it sounds like. Maybe talk to her about ditching the friends. The friends really sound like they suck. It sounds like breaking up with her will make you sad. It'll make her sad. You're in a good relationship, even if it had a rocky start.
I don't know. I also do feel like it's kind of a breach of trust here. Like, your relationship was started on false pretenses.
But it kind of wasn't because you got her phone number beforehand. I can kind of picture how the scenario went out, right? Like, she said, hey, I got this guy's number. He's really charming. Then she showed them a picture, and they're like, oh. And then she kind of got peer pressured into going along with them. And then they did that Mean Girls immature garbage of daring her to actually go out on the date, which she was probably going to go on anyways. It really sounds like the friends are the assholes. She needs to rethink her relationship with them. But you're a good guy. She likes you. I don't know. I feel like you two should work through this. You both said some things that you regret, so you're kind of even. You're gonna be a little sore for a bit. But I don't know. I mean, love should find a way. I mean, I started dating Kristie on a dare.
What?
And we're like 8 years into a marriage.
Who dared you?
Your mom actually paid me $200 to date you.
What?
That was dumb.
The top comment is deleted. I want to know what it was. But the next comment, NTA, even if you didn't care about the joke part of it, she didn't go out with you because she wanted to, but was pushed by her friends. And then what? Did she give a play-by-play after your first date to said friends? Did she share your intimate moments with the friends? Was your first kiss also a joke? Did she even want to kiss you? It's thoughts like that would drive me nuts, because at what point did her joke turn into real affection? Or was she cringing and flinching for those first few dates? How can you be with someone who thought you were gross for how long? Weeks? Days? NTA.
What movie is this? What's that movie? Not My Fair Lady. Kind of My Fair Lady. But there's like a 90s version of this. Where
There's a lot of 90s versions of this where they dare the hot guy to date the ugly duckling girl.
And then he just takes her glasses off and she's beautiful.
Yes. She's all that. I'm thinking of one with Freddie Prinze Jr.
Me too.
Okay, and I was like, I can't remember what it's called.
But that's exactly what this is.
But gender reversal here, yeah.
Yeah, but that's exactly what this is. And they get through it. So why can't you? They're fake Hollywood people, and they're more mature than you two right now. They have that moment where they fight it out, and then they're sad and all separate. But they're gonna get back together.
It is She's All That.
She's All That?
Mm-hmm. But then the next comment is someone who more agrees with you. NTA, sorry things ended up like this. But damn, it's really bizarre. I mean, you're there at the funeral chatting with your friend. She approaches you and breaks the ice. Why would she make the first move, so to speak, if you were so hideous? And then you two find yourself engaged in conversation, so there was a rapport. Finally, she gives you her number and you start dating. I'm wondering maybe she was and has been into you, but her idiot friends started clowning her that she succumbed to the peer pressure so that she wouldn't lose favor with them, if that makes any sense. She's still at fault, but don't get me wrong. This is not middle school after all. You guys are grown-ups. I'm just saying that you're right to be offended and want to drop the whole thing, but maybe you can have a no-nonsense heart-to-heart with her and ask her the questions I suggested. Good luck with it, and update me.
It really sounds like both of you like each other, so you just need to fight this out and cut off the toxic friends. Give love a chance. You're all that, guy.
Well, that one person agreed with you, kind of, but the rest of the comments do not.
No, Reddit doesn't know what true love is. I know this. And she did just dig that damn hole once she panicked, right? She kept saying every single wrong thing she possibly could in her panic.
But maybe in her panic, she was being honest. Did you ever think of that?
But her honesty was like, still kind of, I like you, even if she said it in the worst way possible.
But it was, I don't know, what really gets me is that I didn't find you attractive, and I still don't, but it doesn't matter to me anymore. No, that's not the way, no. It's supposed to be as you get to know someone, you find them more attractive, and then you are attracted to them, even if initially you weren't.
So, you fell for a bit of a dumbass. It happens. I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to be the smart, charismatic one in this relationship, it sounds like.
Apparently she's the looks and you're the brains.
Am I the asshole for moving on with my ex after my best friend told me she didn't want me?
If someone tells you they don't want you, you should be allowed to move on. Okay, that whole sentence is just confusing. I don't know what's going on.
It is a web of love.
Not a love triangle, a love web. Or is it a love triangle?
It's a very tangled love triangle.
Okay.
I, 24 male, have been friends with Chloe, 23 female, for 5 years. She's always been there for me, so when she planned to visit me a few months ago, I was excited to finally hang out. Before the trip, she admitted she'd had feelings for me for 3 years. We ended up hooking up while she was here. By the end of the visit, I told her I had real feelings, and wanted to see if something could come from it. She told me no. She just wanted to stay friends. I was hurt, but I respected it.
Okay, wait. I've had feelings for you for 3 years. I sleep with you, but now I do not want a relationship.
Yes.
That's very confusing. Were you really bad at sex?
Maybe.
She's like, just kidding. I fell out of love with you because you're terrible.
I think it's she's afraid to make the next move, but maybe. A month later, she came back saying she couldn't hide it anymore and wanted to try.
Okay, so no, she does love you. You weren't bad in bed. I'm so confused.
We started talking, but it never became a relationship. She was going through family drama, lost her job, bouncing between couches. I even asked if being with me was too much for her right now, and she agreed it was better to stay friends, so I let it go again.
Okay, this girl sounds like a hot mess.
I had even planned a trip to fly out and see her for my birthday to see if she was serious, but she canceled on me. Twice.
Yeah, she's a disaster.
Meanwhile, she was chatting with her old flings, which I didn't care about since she told me we were just friends. Not long after, my...
Wait. So she is not in a place to be in a relationship with you because her life is too chaotic, but she can go and talk to other guys and it's okay to talk with them and stuff. That's okay for her life plan. I'm so confused.
Well, she doesn't want you to get off the hook. You're her backup.
That is what this is, I think. Because otherwise, none of it's making sense. She's just a mess, but doesn't want to be in a relationship with you, just wants you to stay there as a backup.
Yes.
Okay.
That's kind of what it sounds like to me. Not long after, my ex, 22 female, reached out. We'd ended on okay terms, so we were talking. I told her I wanted to take things slow. Out of respect, I told Chloe immediately. She got mad, ghosted me, then came back still sending flirty messages. At one point, after saying she didn't want a relationship, she texted, "But I miss you and your bed." I love how much this is stressing you out.
So she's talking to other guys, but now that you're talking to another girl, she's jealous again and wants you back, but doesn't want you back, but misses you and wants to sleep with you again, but doesn't want a relationship. What is wrong with her? She is so immature.
This is how... This is what being a backup is. Yes.
It makes me angry. I'm stressed out.
So I moved forward with my ex. When I mentioned spending time with my ex and her family, Chloe exploded. She accused me of leading her on, said I was choosing someone else over her, then cut me off.
I think she's got that backwards.
The next day, she was reposting TikToks like, "When he makes you cry like this," and "Men ain't shit."
Oh my god, this girl is such a mess, and she's like high school level maturity, but she's like 23.
Wow, I didn't expect this to stress you out so much.
I don't like this. This girl is... Why do you like this girl? She's terrible.
It's hard to get over a girl. Thing is, I never lied, never hid anything. I asked her multiple times to clarify what she wanted, and she told me twice she didn't want a relationship. I respected her decision every time. She's the one who flip-flopped, canceled trips, flirted after telling me no, and then got mad when I moved on. So, am I the asshole for moving on after she made it clear she didn't want me?
No, she doesn't want you. She just wants you to be obsessed with her so she can have an ego trip and be like, oh, I'm so cool that all these guys are obsessed with me. And now that you're not playing along with that, she's very angry at you.
Well, she also needs you there in case she decides to settle one day. Don't forget about that part.
Yeah. She's stringing you along and not in a good way. Like, she's very bad at it.
I like your description of hot mess. Top comment's pretty straightforward.
Uh-huh.
Chloe don't really want you, dude.
No, she doesn't. She just wants your attention so that she can feel good about herself.
To which someone replied, "I agree with you. She just wants him to want her."
Yes.
To which someone replied, "She needs you to need her." To which someone replied, "She wants you to want her." To which someone replied, "She'd love you to love her."
At this point, you might as well just sing the song.
Another comment. "This is a joke, right? Not trying to be disrespectful, but... Huh?" She was definitely playing her options out. The periods of flirting with you heavy, then silence, repeating speaks volumes. She doesn't really like you, my man. Not a good friend either. Forget her.
Yeah, she's an all-around terrible person.
OP replied to that, "Yeah, I guess I just really believed her when she said she'd had feelings for me all those years." I'm going to paraphrase somebody's response to that.
Mm-hmm.
"I'll never forget the words my little sister gave me. Don't chase anyone. If a girl likes you, she'll make time for you. No matter how busy she is, she'll find time to spend with you."
That is good advice.
It does sound like you got caught in that trap where you're just continuously chasing her and she liked that.
Yeah, she really likes the attention. But that's all she likes about you.
Alright, update.
Okay.
So, I didn't expect my original post to blow up the way it did, but thank you to everyone who commented. It actually helped me put a lot in perspective. A lot of you said Chloe just wanted attention and to keep me as a backup, and after this week, I can't even argue with that. Here's what went down.
Alright, give me the drama.
A few days ago, I'm on my lunch break, literally driving to Culver's, when Chloe calls me out of nowhere. I let it go to voicemail. Against my better judgment, I called back and asked if she meant to. She said no. She was actually trying to call another friend whose name is right next to mine. I said no problem. She wished me a good day, and that was that.
Okay. She playing games.
Except it wasn't. About an hour later, she calls again. I ignore it, text, another accident? She doesn't answer, but then calls me again. This time I picked up. She tells me, I don't like this game. I know I probably hurt your feelings. I'm not mad at you. Just the situation. I said, yeah, I was hurt. She threw away a 5-year friendship over a mess she created and strung me through. She said she understood, then hung up because her mom was calling. Not even 5 minutes later, she texts me, says she can't call again but can text, then drops this bomb. When I said I loved you, it wasn't in a friend way.
This girl is all over the place. I'm so done with this. Oh my gosh, just drop her and never talk to her again.
Oh, this, you can't handle the juice, can you, Kristie? This is too juicy for you. I reminded her that I told her multiple times I had feelings too, and she's the one who wanted things back to normal, and later told me a relationship was too much. I laid it out. She rejected me twice. Honestly, 3 times if you count when I asked straight up if we were just friends, and she said yes about a month and a half ago. Her reply? I bet you have a whole new girl and never even liked me in the first place. Not true at the time, and I did have feelings for her truly.
Now she's playing the jealous and guilt trippy sort of card to go, and
So I asked, how can she be mad at me for moving on when I was literally doing what she asked me to do?
But she didn't mean it. She still wants you to love her.
You gotta fight for her.
Yeah.
I told her if anything, we should have kept it at a friendship level to avoid all the mixed signals. She fires back, I don't want to be friends.
She's so dramatic.
I asked why she reached out at all. Her answer, because I didn't know if you would ever give it a chance.
He did give it a chance, and you shut it down 3 times.
I love how mad you're getting about this.
She just wants... She called because she wants to know, are you still thinking of me? Do you still like me? Are you thinking about me right now? Because I'm calling you right now. Now you're thinking of me because I called you. But I don't want to talk to you. Hang up. Oops, I didn't mean to call you. These games are ridiculous.
So I spelled it out clearly. I did give it a chance. Multiple times. She said no. Thrice told me she didn't want a relationship. Twice canceled trips I planned to see her. And at that point, I had no choice but to move on. I told her my decision is final. I've moved on and wished her the best. She replied, please no. But I stood firm, told her I respected her, I wish her well, but I'm not going back.
Please no. Please no. Come back and love me.
So yeah, this confirmed everything you guys warned me about. She wanted me as an option, not as a choice. And the second I stopped playing along, she couldn't handle it.
This is why people in their early 20s should not get married, in my opinion. It's like they're not mature enough and their frontal lobe is not fully developed and it's just all around bad. Don't do it. You should not be making life-changing choices at that age.
Okay, that's what you took away from it?
Yes.
Not just that Chloe be crazy?
Well, yeah, she's especially crazy and a bitch, but I feel like a lot of people in their early 20s are this dramatic and like play games like this.
You know, that's fair. I met plenty of girls in college that play games like this.
Yeah, I was like in college, like, yeah, this totally sounds like something that would have happened in college. And that's why you shouldn't be getting married until your late 20s. You don't even know who you are yet.
I don't know if those ages are like hard rules, but I can get behind knowing who you are before you get into that level of a committed relationship.
If you're still this immature, which a lot of people are still this immature at college age, like, I could see a lot of girls I knew in college doing this.
Right.
And a lot of guys I knew in college doing this.
Also, yes.
If you are this immature, you are not ready to get married. And so many people get married in their early 20s, and I'm like, that's too young!
I'm not sure why we shifted to marriage. They're just dating.
Yeah, I know. But
yes, she's obviously a bit immature or something. Like you needed to cut her off for your own mental health.
Yes.
Possibly for hers as well.
Well, she's just going to move on and play this game with a new guy until she eventually matures. But you definitely needed to cut her off because you were just done with these games. Nobody needs that kind of drama.
Yeah, there was no scenario where it was going to get better.
I think we just shifted to marriage because I am shocked that she is so immature, and she is at an age, though, where, like, a lot of people get married, and I'm like, no, she's so immature.
Yeah, that confused me a little when you started talking about marriage.
I'm like, this girl is 23 years old. She could have a bunch of kids by now. And that's not cool. She's not ready to be married or a parent, and she's so immature.
I mean, it sounds like she's not even ready to be dating.
I can't believe she's being this immature, but I can totally believe that she's being this immature. But oh my goodness, I can't believe some people get married at that age because, oh my gosh, why?
Top comment. Good for you for seeing her for who she is and standing firm. Let her play her games without you. Yeah, you gotta prioritize your own mental health. OP replied to that. Yeah, I finally see it now. Standing firm was hard, but probably the best decision I've made in a while.
You are going to be so much happier and more at peace without this bitch in your life.
Yeah, even if it doesn't seem like that at the start. Like,
I feel like he kind of is already past the point of not seeing it. He is like, I'm done with this shit.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He did the not seeing it for a long time. Thankfully, Reddit set him a little straight.
Yeah.
Reddit does have its, Reddit's harsh attitude does have its good times. The next comment shares a bit of your thoughts on it. Your 20s. So much drama, lol. Way to not get sucked into it. To which OP replied, for real, lol. Feels like my 20s are just a crash course in spotting red flags the hard way. That's everyone's 20s.
Yeah. That was
What?
a very stressful one for you to end on for me.
Yeah, I could tell it stressed you out.
And it brought you joy.
A little bit.
It's so mean.
But yeah, the moral of the story is, don't date crazy, it never goes well. The hot mess is fun, but she needs to mature.
Some people need to be cut off.
Yes, some people just need to be cut out of your life.
That's it for this episode of Josh and Kristie Stealing the Internet.
Thanks for joining us, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you later.